Ariana, how are you?
I'm so well. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
Good.
Good. I wanted to start off with this first. You play Imitate on Schmigadoon. What's the best way to describe your character? Because she seems a little bit different from all the other people who live in Schmigadoon.
I think Emma Tate has sort of one foot in Schmigadoon and one foot out of Schmigadoon, which is what gives her kind of this grounding energy. I think that's what makes people gravitate to her or away from her within the world of Schmigadoon. Um, but she's warmth, she is light, she is love and possibility. She's an educator, right? I think she's the person who quietly inspires people without them realizing she's doing it. Um, she's a feminist, but she does not sacrifice any of her feminist beliefs for her feminism, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. She simply is, and it's a beautiful thing to behold. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you talk about people gravitating towards the character. One character, Dr. Josh Skinner, seems to be gravitated towards her, and that's played by Keegan-Michael Key. What was it like working with him? Because you've actually worked with him before in The Prom.
Yeah, we did that. We had such a good time on the prom. I don't know how that movie got made because we were too busy laughing all the time. But this was really, really wonderful because I got to work with him in a deeper capacity. We actually had scenes together this time, and
Mhm.
he's such a giving scene partner. And honestly, I feel like he made me better. I watched him continue to try new things and discover, and it empowered me to do the same. And he doesn't do anything the same way twice, which is really fun. We would chat, and I was like, God, your last dance partner was Meryl Streep. It's a really full dance card, my man. Like, how am I gonna live up? Um, but we had a good time, and I think I did okay as a follow-up.
Oh, absolutely. I think you did really well. And you talk about Keegan-Michael Key, and this is a strong cast with Cecily Strong, you know her from SNL. You mentioned Meryl Streep, Barry Sonnenfeld, the director, and just a number of talented actors and actresses. With this being one of your first TV roles, were you a little bit nervous going in to filming Smigadoon?
Well, I mean, I'm nervous with any job that I take on because I think if you're not nervous, you're not ready. But I will say, uh, this cast was really exciting to me. I'm a huge fan of Cecily Strong, not just from SNL, but how she walks through the world and things she advocates for. I love the way she uses her voice in the world, and I think she shines like the star that she is in Schmigadoon. Keegan, Kristen Chenoweth, like Broadway icon, Broadway royalty, in tandem with folks like Alan Cumming. Come on, like,
Yeah.
ugh, you don't get better than Alan Cumming. Fred Armisen, Jaime Camil, um, you know, Jane Krakowski for that matter. In addition to my homegirl Dove Cameron and my sister Ann Harada, like I shout their names because they are so legendary. They are legends in their own time. And we were a group of people who came together, and we made something during a time that was very challenging, actually. We made this during the pandemic. Um, and somehow we showed up for each other, we supported each other, and you have a really incredible product with these incredibly diverse faces telling these beautiful stories, challenging us to think and to move forward in the world in a different way, perhaps. And I just think that's the coolest thing ever.
It really is. And the last question for me before I let you go is, um, with Smigadoon, it's based on a bunch of musicals, and you're actually going to be in another musical, a famous musical, West Side Story. What was that like? Because West Side Story is such an iconic musical, and working with Steven Spielberg for that matter.
It is. It is an iconic musical. Uh, I can't say enough about it.
Yeah.
It's almost hard to put into words. It was thrilling. It was terrifying. But it was
Yeah.
one of the most profound and fulfilling experiences that I've ever had. And I mean, talk about spoiled. I had this at the beginning of my career, my film career. I'm hoping that I get the honor of continuing to make movies and television shows alike, and go back to the stage. But I can tell you that Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner's West Side Story is absolutely stunning. And I think it's something that, a classic being made for a new generation. Everyone that goes to see it will find something that they connect to. And I think it's something we can all be proud of. And I really can't wait for people to see it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Good luck on West Side Story. Congratulations on Schmigadoon. Ariana, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Kristen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you.
Is it okay? Am I allowed to say that you're very handsome? Is that okay?
No
Am I going
problem
to
at
get
all.
canceled?
No,
Please,
absolutely
please.
not.
I'm just saying. Okay, now we can start. Sorry.
I appreciate that. No problem at all for me. But
Good.
so yeah, you play Mildred Layden in Schmigadoon, and
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
she is an interesting character to say the least. What's the best way to describe her?
Pent up.
Yeah,
Um, when I first read it, I said to Barry, because I played villains before, but I looked like this when I play them. I
right.
said, I need Mildred to be not a hair out of place. I need her to have the Mildred Pierce hairdo. I need a mole. I did not win that argument. He would not let me have the mole. But I said, I need the
Right.
Joker lips, the maniacal Joker lips. I need a, I asked the costume designer to make my corset a little bit too tight.
Yeah.
I needed her to be in a bad mood. Um, I needed her to be, and all of those things contributed to the character. And when I got my shoes and they were a little bit too small, I thought, perfect. This is perfect. Um, Barry Sonnenfeld said, you're going to do this song Tribulation in one take.
Yeah.
And that's when he knows me very well. This is our 5th project together. And I said, okay, what time's the flight? Because he knows I want to continue to challenge myself. But when I look back at the whole series, honestly, Brian, when I think about what we did, this is pre-vaccination.
Right.
And in a foreign country, though, our friends in Canada, but still, I think
Yeah.
I'm so proud of it on every person's costume, hair, makeup, director, writing. I can't believe we did it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and it was just really great to see all you guys in action. It was just overall, it's been really great to just watch you guys perform. And you mentioned Barry Sonnenfeld, and you've worked with him before in Pushing Daisies. What's it like to be reunited with him again?
It's like being with my brother. And,
Yeah.
again, I don't know if this is allowed to say, but I also did a movie with him. And he kind of discovered me in this movie called RV
Hmm.
about basically my family. But anyway, we're
Yeah.
stuck in an RV, and we became very close. And then he calls me and Brian Fuller called me together about Pushing Daisies. And then we did another huge hit called Space Chimps. Huge.
Yeah.
Um, Animated movie. But when this came, he said, I really want to allow you because I've played the villain, but I've
Yeah.
always looked like this.
Yeah.
And when he allowed me to go for it, and then when he directed it, I knew it had to be in his hands, or we were going to be in trouble, Brian, because music theater is very difficult. When it's done poorly, we get made fun of, as we should. When it's done beautifully, people get on board. And we're asking people to get on board a show called Schmigadoon. But the heart of it is, here's the real key to the whole thing, is Cecily and Keegan. Without them, the heart of the piece, the wacky characters could not exist. One of my favorite aspects is watching someone like my brother, Keegan, Mark Chenoweth, hate musicals.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not coming to another one of yours. Please don't ask me. I don't want to come. And Keegan, and to see his transformation into, like, he even gets into costume. I just love that. But without those two central characters, none of us would be able to do our thing. Do you know what I mean? They were
Oh,
so
yeah.
good. They were
Yeah.
so good.
They were really good, and
I
again,
know.
yeah, again, it's been a really great series so far. I'm really looking forward to the next 3 episodes. Kristen, we're running out of time, but thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. in Schmigadoon, you played Dr. Jorge Lopez. What made you want to take this role, and what made you want to be part of Schmigadoon?
Man, first of all, I was lucky and privileged enough and, grateful that Syncopol wrote this part for me. So it was a gift, because you work on some projects and others, they land on you from heaven, right? And that was Schmigadoon to me. I love the show. It's such a well-written show, beautiful show. You don't have to be a theater geek to like it. I was talking to a journalist from iHeartRadio saying, dude, I've never watched a Broadway show in my life. And I enjoy the show so much. Like I devour the series. And so people should know that, right? You don't have to be, of course, if you like musicals, if you like theater, then it's a super cherry on the top, right? But it's just such a great show, beautiful, fun, filled with joy. And it was just a dream to be a part of.
Oh, of course. And your character meets Melissa, who's played by Cecily Strong. How was it like working with her? Because I think she did a really great job.
Brian, let me tell you this, all right? You know Cecily, she's incredible, SNL, super talented. This show is going to catapult her to the level, okay, she already has, but even beyond that. Because as you saw, she's so brilliant. She sings her heart out. She has a beautiful singing voice. Her acting is through the. She's so good, right? She's so good, and I think she deserves this show to really showcase her immense talent. And I'm so happy for her, to be honest. Keegan, of course, is amazing, and then we have national treasures like Kristen Chenoweth, of course, but. But when they gave me the cast, I'm like, well, this is your wish list, right? Your dream cast. And like, no, all of these people are actually going to be attached to this project. I'm like, wait, what? It's incredible.
Yeah, I think with the cast, with Cecily, Keegan-Michael Key, Kristen Chenoweth, and even director Barry Sonnenfeld, I think that's what made Schmigadoon well liked by critics and getting strong reviews. When you saw the reviews come in, how did you react? Were you surprised by the positive feedback you were getting?
Of course not, Brian. I knew we were going to be a hit. No. To be honest, I don't get caught up on that, because if you read a good review, then you think you're God. And then you read a bad review and then you want to die. So basically, I try to stay away from the reviews. Of course, it's always nice and it's beautiful and it warms your heart, right? To read good reviews and to see that people are really digging the show and enjoying the show. That's a gift, right? From God or whatever. It's just beautiful. But I wasn't surprised. I want to tell you what, not from a pretentious standpoint, but I wasn't surprised because I've read the script. I was aware of the effort it took to bring this show to life. I know how every single performer, choreographer, dancer, and ensemble, castmate, production, we all poured our hearts into the show. And we were shooting the show in very difficult times, adhering to COVID protocols and whatever. So we really, really went out of our way to really pour our hearts and soul into the show. And I think you can see that on screen. And that's a beautiful connection that we are making with the audience. Thank God.
Absolutely. And as I said, I'm a big fan of the show. I really like your work. I really like the cast. So congratulations on everything. Yeah. Thank you so much.
This Friday, Doug Lopez, finally, episode 4, 5, and 6 is a strong episodes for Doug Lopez and for Ariana DeBose's character, because we represent the love triangle between the main couple. And we're going to help them realize things that maybe they already know, maybe they have right in front of them, but they're being very distracted by nonsensical things. Maybe they already have true love. So it's gonna be a fun ride. These following 3 episodes on Apple TV Plus.
Absolutely, Jaime. Thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it.